Hi, and welcome to NEMC Channel 6. This is our Focus program. I'm Jo Adair, and I'll be your host today. And for today's program, we have a very awesome organization called Women's Life. And even better than that, we have the local chapter 855 out of Memphis, Michigan. So joining me is Maggie Deering, the treasurer. We have Renee Manchik, president, and Peggy Going, secretary. How are you ladies doing today?
Thank you.
Great,
Thank you.
Have to admit, I haven't heard of Women's Life. So is it local? It is national.
Yes, it is national. Actually, I grew up in Port Huron, and I didn't even know about Women's Life, and that's exactly where they're located. It is a national now, but originally it was started in 1892 by a woman by the name of Bina West. She was a lady from Capac, believe it or not, little town. She decided that she needed to do something to help women back in those days, to give them some protection, to know that they were valued in our society, just as men were. Back then, there was women didn't even have the rights to vote back then, and so she had this great idea to go out and give women the opportunity to buy life insurance on themselves.
So not only protection, but security.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's something women didn't have back then. And so she started this organization, and it's thriving still today. So it's a wonderful organization. Our chapter is just a throw-off from what they actually do in the offices and stuff. It was for Bina to get out there and give women the opportunity to get into the community and to pair together and to make a difference. That was her whole idea behind everything. So it was a great combination that she put together for everybody.
Yeah, that's an awesome mission statement.
Absolutely.
Now, chapter 855, mission statement's the same, or you guys branch off, you do a little different things?
Well, we meet, we like to have fun and get to know each other, and then along with that, I would say that our main focus is on helping out in the community, in local organizations or people that need help. So we like to give back.
Okay, can you add to that, Peggy?
Yes, we've been in operation or as a chapter since for 2 years now, and we draw on people from the area, from other groups or whatever, but mostly local women that like to have fun. And at our monthly meetings, it's once a month. And there's always an aspect of fun to the meetings, and we really concentrate on our local community and look for needs that we see.
What are some of the community members that are in yours? Memphis, Armada, Richmond?
Emmett, Avoca, and we even draw from as far away as Marysville.
So Davison,
we do,
actually.
and Davison,
Yeah,
yes.
so
Yes.
you
So
are growing.
We are growing, yes.
Absolutely. Well, that's great. And you do community service things, and obviously you have a treasurer, so you must collect money. What type of revenues do you collect?
Actually, it depends on what we're doing at the time. We are so versatile. It's wonderful. The women that are in our group, they come up with some fantastic ideas for us to raise money. Women's Life is a wonderful organization where they come in and they back us. If we decide to do a fundraiser, they will match up to $500 that we raise with our fundraiser, the first 500, they will match and stuff. So if we raise the 500, we've got $1,000 to go out there and to help whatever organization or whatever need there is at that point. We also have grants, which they give us $500, and they give us the opportunity to go out into the community and to help by giving, such as, say there's a need for somebody to help with a soup kitchen, and we go out and we help buy that food, and then we go in as a group and we also help them to go out and to do those things and stuff to feed the community and to help out. So there's so many different things that we can do and stuff. The money that we raise, like I say, most of it we give back. Sometimes we use a little bit for ourselves and stuff to have that fun factor, but on the overall basis, we really do focus on helping the community and what we can do to help them.
I think for that, yeah, I'd like to just add for that is that there are 3 ways that we can use or we receive monies. And so what Women's Life does is they pay us to come to meetings to build a treasury that we get to use in any way that we want. So for instance, if we called this our meeting right now, we had 5 members here, they would pay us $1.50 each. And if we said dress in green, which would be like a twist of fun, they'd pay us another $1.50 each. And if we brought in some type of thing to donate to the community, they'd pay us another $1.50 each. And so
You could get rich quick, yeah.
Yeah, it adds up. It adds.
you know, so I mean, our treasury has grown and grown, and we can use that money any way that we want. And then there are 2 other ways that we're funded by Women's Life. One is service projects, in which Maggie was talking about, and we can do 10 service projects a year, in which they will give us $500, so up to $5,000. And then we also can fundraise. And again, we can do 10 service projects of $500, so up to $5,000 again. So Women's Life gives us money to meet, in which we can help others. And also, we can do service projects, you know, that they fund us with, and we can also fundraise.
That's awesome.
I would like to add to that, that one of the things is that I really enjoy is the fact that these fundraising things can come from the members of our group that just look around the community and see things that need to be done. So there's a lot of personal satisfaction because we can put forward ideas that we see that are in need in the community. And we do need to have each of these service projects approved from the main headquarters. But there's usually not any problem with that in order that it's in keeping with the, you know, the nature of our organization. But I love the fact that, you know, we can see things and get things addressed that are around us.
Oh, results are always the best gratification that there is for anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, when we come back, we're going to take a little bit of a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about some of these projects and, you know, describe what they are in memberships, see what it takes to be a Women's Life chapter member. So stay tuned with us, and we'll be right back. Thank you.
That's low. That's low and below the top. Seriously. Okay.
Hi, and welcome back to NEMC Channel 6 Focus program. I'm Jo Adair, and on today's program, we are talking with ladies from the Women's Life Chapter 855 group. We've got a lot of good information that we've talked about already, and just before break, we left off with projects.
Yes.
Let's talk more about projects.
Yeah, that's the best part for us because everybody has something that's close and dear to their heart. And so what we can do is go out into the community, see where the needs are, and we can go ahead and do projects that relate to those things. And what personally I've done is I have a place up in Port Huron, the Hunter Hospitality House, that is really important to me. It's a place for people to stay when they have a child or they have family, even a baby born at the hospital that has issues. And people need to be close, but they can't afford to stay at a hotel and stuff. So what it does is it houses them. And we were able to get money from Women's Life chapter, or for our chapter, and what that did was it gave us money to be able to buy material to go out and make a quilt. We made this beautiful quilt and pillows and everything to go into one of the rooms that house people. And it was just a great thing. I'm not a good sewer, and I'll be the first to admit it, but it came out beautiful, and they are so thankful, you know, that we were able to do that for them. And like I say, very close and dear to my heart because my son was sick, and he was down at Children's Hospital for a while, and we had to stay at the Ronald McDonald House. And it's kind of comparable to that, but this place is so homey, so nice. And being able to make something homemade, putting it in there, it was just a wonderful, wonderful thing that we were able to do.
Nice gesture of love.
It really was. Yes, absolutely.
Any more projects?
Well, I was involved in silk dye making project for the Karmanos Institute. So I had a sister that had a special talent that shared with us on how to make, how to hand dye silk scarves. And so what we did, I went to the Karmanos Institute,
Which is a cancer
Cancer
foundation.
right? And so we asked them if they'd be interested in us bringing in hand-dyed silk scarves. So they were very excited, and so we met at my house, and a bunch of ladies, we all got together and made all of these beautiful hand-dyed silk scarves, and they were very grateful, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's nice to have your project well received.
Yes.
It was, and along with the group, you know, because everything was unique.
Oh, absolutely, one of a kind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey,
And my project is quite different than one of my favorite ones, and that was to work in the basement of the Memphis Library, where they store their used books. And it was all helter-skelter for years and years, and what we did is we had to have hands-on for that project, so we went down there during the summer sale when all the books were up in the, on the top, and we got in there and we vacuumed and washed the walls, and with money from the Women's Life, we were able to put up shelves so that when we brought the remainder books back down, they could be organized in boxes. And so the big advantage of this is not only that the books are, you know, in order and clean, but it makes it more available for us to have more used book sales at the library through the year. So already this year we are on our second book sale. It's going to be in March for the children's books. And so that, you know, benefited the library, and it's an ongoing benefit to the community.
wonderful. Sounds like it was a lot of work. but
It was.
It was. I had a lot of spiders in my hair.
And it was like 115 degrees that
Yes,
day.
it was. Yes, it
Right.
was.
And it sounds like the organization is more than just work and no play. So let's talk a little bit more about some of the fun things that the
Oh yeah,
organization
it
does.
works out very nice because as women we like to get together and do fun things. And this summer we went over to Peggy's house, which was fun because she's one of those gardeners that's out there and loves to garden. And we had one of our meetings at her house. What we did was, when we got there, she had given us a piece of paper, and she told us to go through her yard and see if we could name some of the plants that were there, which was a great thing. You know, it was kind of fun because you know certain things. Well, that's a tulip, and this is this and that. That's a gladiola. But she has some really unique plants out in her garden and stuff. And so we went through, and it was just a lot of fun that we did that. And it was a garden party, so to speak. We all wore our little hats. It was great. It was fun. It was
Yeah,
a lot of fun.
my yard would be a little harder. I don't think weeds have names.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Yes, they do.
Annoying.
Yeah.
Obnoxious. They have lots of names.
Right.
Well, one of my favorite was last year we taped the show too. So some of us did not tell a lot of our family members, and so we ended up having a red carpet event at my home. So we had everybody dressed in fancy. I put on my daughter's prom dress and ratted my hair up, and some of us made our costumes, and we had cameras going, and red carpet where we walked, and you know, had a hors d'oeuvre party, and laughed and and giggled, and then we had a viewing of our taping here, which was pretty
Your focus
embarrassing.
program that you did a year ago.
It was a little embarrassing, but it was a lot of fun.
Very
Yes.
clever, though.
It
Nice-
was
fun.
Nice way to have a lot of fun. Leave it to women.
Yes, we know how to have fun.
Absolutely, Peggy.
Yeah.
One of the things that we just did recently was one of our members connected with a cook from the Emil's restaurant, and he goes monthly to a soup kitchen in Detroit. And so our women's group was able to provide money to pay for the food for one of the dinners. And because we're hands-on, 5 of us went with him to serve the food. And that was a wonderful experience of just seeing a part of Detroit right under the Ambassador Bridge. And just being able to talk with people from the area there that were many of them homeless, and other groups that came. So it was a eye-opening kind of experience. And then my husband drove us so we could all go in one car. And on the way home, we went through Detroit. So we were able to see some of the historic buildings, just driving through. But it was a fun time just to add that.
Nice
as part of it.
networking project, too.
Yes,
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely. Okay, let's take another little break and we'll accumulate our thoughts here and we'll come back and talk about your meetings and actual memberships. Okay, stay with us.
You're on your way to meet up with friends, but you can't seem to get anywhere quickly. You don't want your friends to be annoyed, so you text. You're on your way. Five seconds is the average time your eyes are off the road while texting while driving. Make sure you get where you're going.
Hi, and welcome back to our third and final segment of today's focus program for NEMC. I'm Jo Adair, and today we are interviewing the ladies from Women's Life Chapter 855. And we have Maggie, Renee, and Peggy with us today.
Thanks.
We left off kind of talking about projects. Let's talk about membership. What made you guys become members?
Well, personally, I became a member because I was kind of forced into an early retirement with some health issues. After I had my son, they diagnosed me with MS. And being a registered nurse, it's hard when you're sicker than your patients. And so finally they said, you're done. And so I was forced into early retirement, too young for that.
Nothing to do.
Exactly.
You don't clean house or anything.
Absolutely not. I leave that for my husband. Yeah, right.
You farm him out.
Actually, I wish. I told my mother-in-law she didn't do well. But I was lonely. I was at home by myself, and I needed some interaction with women. And the opportunity to come into this group, it was because of Renee. That she brought me in, and I'll tell you, it was the best thing. It really was to come into this group of ladies, because I never would have met these ladies otherwise, and they're so wonderful and so dynamic. I just love the group.
Great.
Well, for me, I think my circle, because I work a lot, kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and so I knew that I wanted to get outside of that and do some other things. And one of I consider her our founding member, put a big ad or a big article in the paper. So when I saw that, I thought, gosh, that looks like something I'd like to do and explore. And I went to that and joined on the spot. I thought, let's give it a shot. And now I'm president. So obviously I loved it.
You liked it. Exactly. Okay.
And I was retired from the St. Clair County Library System, and I was there in Memphis and saw the sign that advertised the first organizing meeting. And I was attracted to it because that it was a service organization. And I've always had ideas, but never enough energy to actually do
Or
them.
a resource to follow
yes.
through on them.
So this has been great because I feed off all the energy of these young ladies that have all these ideas, and yet I get to be a part of it. So it doesn't seem so overwhelming.
We color our hair too, by the way.
I don't.
Okay, I'm in. Now, most organizations you have to be sponsored to join. How does yours work? Same way, different?
Well, actually, if you're interested and you want to help out in the community, that's really foremost, how you join. And when you do join, though, somebody in the group, one of the officers does have to sign, the form for that. But that's not a hard thing to do. And we love anyone that would be interested in coming out, having some fun, and helping out in the community. Would be a great member.
Now, you have monthly meetings.
Yes. Yeah, we have monthly meetings. Usually it was the first or the third Wednesday, usually around in the month. But hello.
We've moved our meetings to
Yes, we have.
the first Tuesday of the month.
Thank you.
6:30. Generally, it runs from 6:30 to 8:30, and we do like to switch it up. In general, many of our meetings are at the Lois Wagner Library in Richmond, and we do switch that up next month, March. The first
5th.
Tuesday, March 5th, is going to be at the coffee shop in Richmond.
Yep.
So it's 6:30.
Okay. What are some of the goals for 2013 or early on in the year? What do
We
you got
have
planned?
so many things going on. In fact, this next month on March 9th, we're having a wine tasting over at Sage Creek, which is in Memphis. We try to support the local community as much as possible also. And we're having a fundraiser to help a family in need. That it's not only rewarding, but there's so many people that love to come to these wine tasting things. We're amazed how that's working out. And we're also having one the 22nd. Where's it at again?
Hamlin Pub, and
Which is where?
which actually is on Van Dyke, and I think 25 is where the event's going to
Yes.
be.
So like Shelby area, I
Shelby
think, isn't it?
Township
Yes.
area.
Mhm.
So, and that is to support Wigs for Kids. And it's going to be,
Awesome.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
going to be a huge event with 100 tickets available at $30 each versus at Sage Creek Winery, which is $15 each.
Right.
And there can only be 30 people. But the Wigs for Kids, we're sort of working with Wigs for Kids and with Hamlin Pub to put on this huge event that we hope is going to be able to benefit what they do in that organization.
Right.
Now, can you take donations for that outside by actually buying a ticket and being present?
Sure.
Absolutely. If you want to buy buy a ticket, tickets are available. Actually, they're going to have that on Wigs for Kids, and there's an events page on that, so you can find that out when it is. And you can also call any one of us members to find out, how you get tickets for that. Sage Creek Winery for that event for a local family that's in need. You can buy the tickets there at the winery.
But
Okay,
if-
but you're limited for tickets
Yes.
based on capacity
Yes.
of the
Yes.
facility.
And if you'd like
So,
to make a donation, absolutely, you can give myself a call. I'm the treasurer of the group, and I'll be glad to take any money to help these people out. And you can call me at, my phone number is an Armada phone, 784-5087. And
Okay.
I can set anything up to make sure, send it to me at my home, whatever and stuff. Just give me a call.
Okay, something real quick there.
In terms of things that we do that are
Things that
fun,
are coming up for
things that are
2013.
coming up. Well, one of the things is the national organization emphasizes service to the homeless and providing food. So that's always something that we're looking for. So we have ideas for that. Another visit to the soup kitchen and providing food, maybe one that we're going to do. Again, it's in the
in the
making.
works, huh?
It's in the works.
Yes,
yes.
in the works.
Yeah, you talked to me earlier today about the project that you did for Thanksgiving for the homeless,
Yes.
where you
yes.
cooked the desserts for them. I thought that was pretty awesome. So you do a lot of things that are just overwhelming. I mean, in and of yourselves on your own, couldn't do it alone.
No.
Exactly.
But
No.
given the strength of you ladies in the chapter, you're accomplishing awesome things.
We
So-
want to remind you also that you can do as much as you want
Right.
or as little as you want.
Right.
We have, I have a member that just keeps in touch with me by email,
Mhm.
and she can't come to the meetings, but if there's something she can do at home, she does it at home. So
Right.
it's not something that you have to participate in for everything we do. You pick and choose and do as your schedule allows.
Great. So it would behoove anybody that's got the least little bit of interest in this to give one of you a call.
Absolutely.
And or go onto the website. You can visit their website at www.womans, WOMANS, life.org, and get as much information as they can and see if it's something that's going to fit into their schedule. I thank you
great.
ladies for coming.
Thank you
Thank
very
you
much
for
for having
having
us.
You have a great day.
Thanks.
And you have a great day. And be sure and join us again for NEMC Focus. For this little segment, I'm Jo Adair. Thanks for joining us.